by, it's always easier to give up than to try. But I'll transform tonight. もっと強くなりたい Slightly out of reach 願いの便は海へと心に抗いたいでもそれは me of yesterday Finding a dream drawn out in the sand もう無駄にはささない So on this full moon I'll become who I want to be だって信じたものはきっと見つかるきっとガラスを壊す Aquarium of tears 自分決めた心で Show goes on Diving through 始まりへ Whispers crawling in my mind Reminding me of what I try to hide 自由になりたい Who isn't looking at me in the mirror もう言い訳しない Excuse 今やは海猫だけが泣くでも今は me of tomorrow The dream in the sand was washed away 変身もう無駄にはささない So on this full moon I'll become who I want to be だって信じたものはきっと見つかるきっとガラスを壊す Aquarium of tears 自分決めた心で Show goes on Diving through 未来へもっとからあらず追いつく目の前に波を押し寄せる Is this dream okay 変わったら戻れなくても I don't care あの頃僕はすんなり生まれて今夜変わって into me So on this full moon I've become who I want to be だって信じたものは彼方きっとガラスを壊した Aquarium of tears 自分決めた心で Show goes on Rising up 始まりへFaces fade and pass me by It's always easier to give up than to try But I'll transform tonight もっと強くなりたい Slightly out of reach 願いの便は海へと心に抗いたいでもそれは me of yesterday Finding a dream drawn out in the sand もう無駄にはささない So on this full moon I'll become who I want to be だって信じたものはきっと Is this dream okay? 変わったら戻れなくても I don't care あの頃僕はすんなり生まれて今夜変わってんちゅうに So on this full moon I've become who I want to be だって信じたものは彼方きっとガラスを壊した Aquarium of tears 自分決めた心で Show goes on Rising up 始まりへ Hello, hello. How are we doing today? Today we're gonna play a game that I got sent saying, "Hey, do you want to play this on stream? I feel like you'd enjoy it." So, okay. So basically today we will be playing. I'm having the BGM from the game in my ear, and it's not. I can't even hear my own at all. So, if you don't know, from me being an idol, as most idols in the US, I like Love Live quite a bit. And my favorite group is the one that literally no one cares about. I love Nijigasaki a lot, the third group that no one cares about, the solo idols that are sometimes a group, most of the time solo idols. Yeah, no one cares about them. But All Stars, I really like the group, and All Stars helped me through COVID, and it kind of sounds very sad to say. It was like, oh, I don't have a high school experience, but I got to kind of have a high school experience playing. Like, I know it sounds so sad. I say that I had a year and a half of normal high school, and I would argue. I guess my senior year was kind of normal, but was it really? We had like I didn't go to prom. Fun fact. But at prom, we were supposed to have no dancing. So, yeah, I didn't go, so I cannot testify. And then I didn't go to we didn't have a junior year homecoming, because of COVID. But I didn't go to my senior year homecoming because my friends that were going had like dates, and it wouldn't have been a friend thing. It would have been me third wheeling. So I never went. But yes, Nijigasaki helped me through that quite a bit. So I decided, since I got recommended this, I was going to wait for it for next week, to be honest, but I found it intriguing enough. I was like, what if I play it now? So, I believe I put the link to download the fan game yourself in the description. It's still a work in progress, so we'll get up to where it's done, and then we're gonna have to wait. Developer, obviously, take, the developer is saying this. Please take your time doing the game. Don't feel rushed, to do it. But yeah, Fish sent me this game, being like, you should play this on stream. And I like the Nijigasaki High School Idol Club quite a bit. So yes, that will be what we are doing for at least the majority of today. So we will get into that. Is it cropped or is it? Oh, can I fix this really? I don't know. My thing has it cropped for something I had before. Should be this one. Okay, everyone, please. Ooh, I think it's this button. Wow. No, I misclapped something. Okay. 1 second, everyone. Wow. Can I do it on the other one now? One second. I'm adjusting the sizes really quickly, okay? Okay, there we go. Now I have that fixed. It wasn't really cutting off anything important here, but if I didn't know, it would be cutting off something important later. Yes, today we will be playing, at least some of the beginning of, Gyakuten Live, or, Turnabout Live. It is a Love Live Ace Attorney fan game where you play as Yu Takahashi. So, yeah, I like Ace Attorney. I do this really cool thing where whenever I replay Ace Attorney, I forget a lot of what happens when it comes to the actual gameplay. So maybe I play that again, because while I remember the story, what's the gameplay? Yes, for now we will be playing this, and it was made by Kakelak. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. The bottom there. Yes, we'll be starting the new game. Okay. So we have Birth of a Turnabout. Focus. It looks like it focuses on you, and you. All of them focus on you. Focusing on Ayumu and Shizuku. Looks like episode 2 focuses on Karin and Daya. Episode 3 on Maki and Yohane, and then we have no idea about this one because it's not gonna show, but you know. Okay, we're gonna start this one. Let me know if I need to turn the game audio up. I believe I'm guessing those are Nana Nakagawa's braids. Where am I? Okay, those braids that's really long. Nana Nakagawa's hair is not that. Never mind, it is. Okay, it is Nana Nakagawa. Okay. I remember you're... do you? I don't know. Oh, do I have the subtitles cut off on accident? I think I might. Oh, everyone, please. How do I pause this? Ooh, I misclicked something. Yeah, I have the subtitles cut off. Oh, shoot. Give me a second. My apologies. I didn't realize I had this cropped for something else. No. What a fun time with me always. I love being really good at technology. Okay, we lost the end of that cutscene. Is there a way for me to go back? Here, everyone, just give me a second. I'm just gonna reopen the game. Okay. Okay, we have Shizuku. Okay, I'm gonna click new game. Oh, and now my top is... I'm so good at technical difficulties. Okay, there we go. That should be better. Okay. If I cut off the subtitles again, I'm going to scream. Okay, there we go. I remember you, you're... Nope, no you don't. Okay. Painting Kasumi for suspicion for whatever we're supposed to be suspecting Kasumi of there. Okay, March 2nd, 4:47 p.m. Defendant lobby. Boy, am I nervous. Once again, I'm not going to try to do every Love Live girls or even all the Nijigasaki girls' voices. You are going to have to suffer with it. Oh, they're school attorneys instead of school idols. Oh, great! This is great. Oh, I want my attorney to be a student, and not even a law school student, a high school student. Okay. This is our first case of school attorneys. If this doesn't go well, it could be our last. Hey, Yu-chan! Over here. Oh, it's gonna be Ayumu, yeah. Good afternoon, are you ready for the trial? Of course I am. Really? That doesn't sound confident. You didn't skip out on studying courtroom proceedings, do you? So Ayumu's gonna be the one probably next to us most. Ayumu's just gonna be Maya, I have a feeling. No, it's just, I have no clue if this stunt is going to be popular. That's all. I hope Shizuku-chan knows what she's doing. I mean, there's worse people. Anyway, you came to watch me, Ayumu? More than that, I'm here to support you. You know I'll always be at your side. Are you sure? But aren't you the victim? Oh, God. Oh, yeah, she's just Maya. Okay. Well, yes, but you believe in your client, don't you? You believe in her innocence and not mine. If you believe your client is innocent, then I will too. No, that's not how trials work. Ayumu, no! Ayumu. Ayumu, why'd you have to be like this sometimes? Jeez. Ayumu and being down bad, am I right? Okay. Ayumu. Yeah, senpai. You are like... Oh, there's someone behind her. I was like... Ayumu, why? You're a month older. Okay. Yeah, okay. So it's either Shizuku or Kasumi was my guess. Oh. Senpai! There, yeah, she's Kasumi, okay. Senpai, there you are. Yeah. Oh, hey there, Kasumi-chan. Senpai believes in Kasumin's innocence, don't you? She would never do something like— what is she on trial for? Okay, maybe she would, but it wasn't Kasumin this time. Don't worry, Kasumi-chan. Of course I believe you. I wouldn't have taken your case if I didn't. I do wonder, though, what exactly happened if it wasn't Kasumi-chan? The crime did seem like something she would do. Kasumin thinks she was framed. Framed, huh? Now who would do such a thing? Guess it's something we'll have to find out. There you are. Hello. Sounded like... Okay, so Shizuku seems to, as of now, be our Edgeworth. Ready for the trial, senpai? Yeah, of course. Are you sure? You studied all the courtroom proceedings through and through? Absolutely. Why does everyone think I'm some slacker? So, Shizuku-chan, you think this will work out? As in, you think people want to see this type of thing? We are literally high school students. We are from a great high school. However, we have to realize they are high schoolers. Shizuku is, okay, in American terms, she would be a sophomore, but she is a first year. You are 16, or, no, she's 15. You see, fun fact, my birthday is literally the cutoff in my state, so, I spent my entire senior year 18 and my entire junior year 17 and blah, 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 blah. course, people love mysteries. I'm sure this will be a hit. Even if it doesn't turn out to be popular, it can't hurt to try, right? You think there are people here who actually want to see an idol? Okay, they're still idols. Okay. Okay, so there's still the Nijigasaki High School Idol Club. Okay. You think there are people out there who actually want to see an idol group do boring lawyer stuff? I can't believe and someone would seriously want to find such a fun in a thing. I mean, okay. I mean, I don't know if I'd want to see Johnny's West do lawyer stuff, but I mean, I'm just saying, if you count them doing Gyakuten Winner, I mean, Gyakuten Winner is a banger. I'm just saying, this is just me ranting about how much I love Gyakuten Winner. Okay. Well, I just came by to visit. Good luck to you, and I hope this trial makes for a good show. There she goes. Yu-chan, are you okay? You're shaking a little. I'm fine. It's just seeing my opponent face to face makes me a little nervous. It's literally Shizuku. I don't usually go on stage like you guys. I'm not used to performing, especially since lawyering is not something I've ever done before. I am literally 16. Don't worry about it, Yu-chan. Really, you should feel proud of yourself for even choosing to attempt this, whether you win or not. Remember, you can do it. You're not the pun one. It's okay, senpai. Always be Kasumin senpai. Even if you fail horribly and make yourself look like a total idiot. That's one way to put it. But they're right. There's no shame in giving this an honest shot. The only thing to do now is go all in. Okay, I guess it's time to start the trial. March 2nd, 5 p.m. Courtroom. Okay, Nana Nakagawa is the judge. Court will now begin for the trial of Nakasu Kasumi. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Are you sure about that defense? Yes, I know. Oh, seeing. Okay, I knew I would see something like this with the sweating, but on you. But I saw some of it. You know, obviously I saw some of it with the preview, but seeing it in the game with my screen this big, I was not ready for that. I was not prepared. I'm not going to give any speculation because, sorry, I'm not going to give any confirmation on anything. Because I'm assuming the girls are not going to have too much of a difference from their actual personality. But I don't know. Okay, yeah, I know. I don't sound ready. I've heard it before. This is why I'm the manager. Look, I'm a little nervous, that's all. Don't forget to breathe. Your Honor, if I may, I propose we let the defense start this trial off. Good idea. Perhaps it'll help quell the defense's nerves. Or it could be a total disaster. Very well, then. Defense, tell us who the victim in this case is. Okay, this is it. Come on, you know this one. The victim is... No. Okay, I mean, I kind of just want to select one of the wrong ones to be funny, but, Okay, I'll select the answer. Yuhara Ayumu. That would be Yuhara Ayumu, Your Honor. Very good. I'm glad you knew at least that. Oh god, they have no faith in her. I mean, I did say as much myself not 15 minutes ago. Next question. What's the crime that Kasumi's like? How am I supposed to know this? You gave me nothing, game! You've given me nothing! What is Kasumi on trial for? Disbanding the club again. Her and Setsuna got into a fight, and the club has gone bye-bye again, and now they're all lawyers. Is that an option? Yu-chan, you didn't forget, did you? Of course not, I'm just having a moment of non-rememberness. Everything you need will be in the court record. If you collect anything, forget anything, press tab to check your evidence. Okay, then let's give this a shot. Crime that Kasumi is on trial for today is humiliation with bread on the shoes, murder with bread, choking, sabotage with laced bread. Okay, well, Ayumu is not dead. Time of crime, March 1st, approximately 3:30 p.m. So they'd still be at club by All Stars Logic. And when my academy ended logic. And just my understanding of Japanese high school logic. The victim consumed bread laced with extremely spicy mustard. Suspect was apprehended at 4:10. Sabotage with laced bread is what I'm going to go with. According to the crime report, the victim consumed a loaf of bread laced with extremely spicy mustard. That is correct. Well done. We're not letting you in the student council or anything. Yeah. Get back to the general education course. This isn't so hard. Last question. Who is the detective on this case? What's with that question? That is too hard. Oh, you need my help again. Okay, look. If you press R in the court record, you can check the profiles of everyone involved in the case. Alright then. The detective on this case is... I assume it has to be Kanata. But, we'll do what the game wants us to say. Me, an upcoming school attorney. I'll bring justice. Aimu is the victim. Kasumi is the client. Yep. She resigned to us. She was near. Yeah, because Kanata was probably asleep. It does hear that Kanata-san's the detective. So it would appear. It looks like you're ready to go. Am I? Man, I've got this. Well, since the defense is undeniably ready, I suppose it's time for the prosecution to present its opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. From what I know, the incident occurred at approximately 3:30 p.m. on March 1st, which was yesterday. For those of you who aren't aware, March 1st happens to be the victim's birthday. At the time of the incident, the victim found this basket of bread left in front of her locker as a birthday gift. The basket contained 3 loaves of bread filled with sweet creams, sealed with adhesive clasps. The label reads, Happy Birthday, Anonymous Admirer. Ooh, a double bread. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, having the judge still act like the judge, but be Nana Nakagawa is going to be, like, getting me so much throughout this game. I'm calling it now. Ooh, a double brain bread filled with cream, was it? Looks tasty. It looks like a piece of evidence just got added to the court record. I better remember to check it out. Naturally, the victim then unwrapped one of the loaves and bit into it. Unfortunately for her, the loaf she chose to be happened to only one, laced with an excessive amount of spicy mustard. The bread that Ayumu tried to eat. Double braided, just like the other loaves, laced with an absurd amount of spicy mustard. Needless to say, the victim immediately went into the panic and started perspiring, ruining her makeup as well the rest of her day. Are they allowed to wear makeup in school? I want to say it's mentioned in All Stars once that they're not allowed to wear makeup. I think I got in trouble for that. I mean, I say as I haven't been able to play All Stars. To game developer, if you're reading this, I'm not questioning your thing. I'm questioning if I remember my All Stars I'm questioning if I remember my All Stars lore correctly. She's taking this really seriously. From the amount of mustard found on the loaf, we can conclude the act of sabotage was most likely deliberate. The court agrees. This doesn't look good. The judge is already agreeing with Shizuku-chan. Although the question remains, why would anyone make an enemy out of the victim? The attorney. Worry not, Your Honor. Please take a look at this. It appears to be some sort of journal. Oh no, we're doing this already. Correct, the defendant's diary, received from her locker. I got a bad feeling about this. Ooh. Sorry, my body had decided it would do the gulp after. There's an entry on this diary, utmost interest in the case. According to the date of the entry, it was written at 12:05 p.m. on March 1st. Who puts a time on their diary entries? I never consistently kept a diary. I would, like, start a diary, do 1 or 2 entries, and then not. And my therapists were always like, please keep a diary, it'll help you so much. And yet I never was able to do it consistently. I also have the fear of someone finding it and using it against me. Not where it's like necessarily where it'll be like my mom or anyone doing it. My fear is more I'm in college now. I should have no fear of like someone at my college finding my diary and using it against me, you know? But I guess it's just like high school and middle school where it's just eternally, oh, someone could know. What if they do? Seriously, who times their diary? Okay. Shortly before the crime. The entry reads, ugh, I just saw Ayumu-senpai for the first time today. She looks too cute, cuter than Kasumi. Oh god, Kasumi, you're cooked. As expected, she sounds envious and also is using the nickname that Kasumi is the only one that uses for them. Kasumi is the only one that uses for themselves. She wrote that? Yeah, wrote that she was envious of Ayumu's beauty after seeing her for the first time that day. Presented as a possible motive. She noticed I put extra effort into my makeup that day. Damn it, why would she write that? She's really hanging herself here. I think it's clear to everyone in this court, Kasumi, being a known prankster, did what Kasumi does best. The prosecution presents the following narrative. What occurred yesterday was a simple act of sabotage out of envy, a prank gone too far, if you will. Order, order! Well, this case seems pretty open and shut. We have three things: an opportunity for the crime to be committed, a motive for the crime, and evidence. I wouldn't be too opposed to handing down the verdict right now. That's it? I didn't even get to do anything yet. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for a guilty verdict. Wouldn't you say that would be too easy? When did she get so arrogant? Looks like she's fully embraced the role of a prosecutor, as expected of Shizuku-chan. There are non-arrogant prosecutors, you know. In the interest of making things more, well, interesting, the prosecution would like to present its first witness. Very well. Oh no, she had to wake up from her nap for this. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court. Hi, my name is Kanata Konoe, and I like to sleep. Thank you. Night-night. Konoe Kanata. Kanata-chan is Haruka-chan's big sister. So we will likely be seeing Haruka in this. Okay. Oh, and Kanata-chan is a member of the Nijigasaki High School Idol Club, and a member of the Health Committee. And detective of this case, too, it looks like. Thank you. You did a good job with the investigation yesterday, especially given you were called on short notice. We would like you to testify about exactly how you found the evidence, and how you came to the conclusion that Kasumi was the perpetrator. Okay. Kanata-san's going to testify? Alright, Yu-chan, make sure you listen closely. This is going to be important. Okay. Kanata-san began investigating the scene of the crime at 4:15 p.m. The basket of bread was right there, on the ground, in front of the locker. Kasumi-chan's diary was later found in her locker, so we had her motive. The basket of bread had Kasumi-chan's name written on it, so we concluded it could have only been her. I see. It all lines up with what was previously established. As expected. Thank you for the testimony, witness. Now, defense. Cross-examine if you dare. Cross-examine. That's it, Yu-chan. The cross-examination is a defense's chance to attack, because apparently you're doing absolutely nothing else. Defense, attack, how does that go again? I wasn't paying attention. Well, think of it this way. If Kanata-san's testimony stands, we're done for. Everything she said has incriminated Kasumi-chan. That means your goal is to point out contradictions in Kanata-san's testimony. Contradictions? People are flawed. Testimonies might not always be accurate, whether on purpose by mistake. That's why testimonies can't be used alone in a court of law. If Kasumi-chan is truly innocent, then the evidence should contradict the witness's testimony somehow. When you find a statement that contradicts a piece of evidence you have, open the court record and present that evidence. Okay, I think I get it. You're really good at this, Ayumu. You should totally be a prosecutor or something someday. No thanks. I don't have the heart. Yeah, you don't. Well, this is it then. My first cross-examination as a school attorney. Every time I read school attorney, I'm gonna be giggling a little bit. Okay. Kanata-san began investigating the scene of the crime. Okay. On the ground in front of the locker. Okay. Kasumi-chan. Yeah, that adds up. The basket bread had Kasumi's name written on it. That is not what this says. Objection. Igiari. Witness, can you explain something to me? Where exactly did you see the defendant's name on this basket? You don't see it? It's right there on the label. Huh? It's not here. That's right, the basket is from an anonymous person. Anonymous? The defense is right. There's not a name to be found on this basket. Way to go, Yu-chan! Good eye! That's weird. Kanato-chan wonders how she missed that. That's because she was so focused on Kasumi being the perpetrator that she just made her one. Maybe you're reading it with your eyes closed. That's mean. I'm gonna go back to sleep now. Sorry that came out wrong. So the meaning of this is, it means that the basket can be anyone from the thousands of students at the school. The prosecution's evidence is completely circumstantial. Wow, it looks like you did study hard after all. Give me some credit here. Not bad, defense. You might be sharper than we thought. But that was an easy one, wasn't it? Low-hanging fruit. It was a cheap and small victory. Go on, tell me 100 more ways to say the same thing. Unfortunately for you, cheap things don't hold up well. Clearly, the witness was just speaking figuratively. The defendant's name might as well have been on the basket is what she meant. I suppose that makes sense. What about her literally just saying that she was confused? Give me a break, she absolutely did not mean it like that. In any case, a discrepancy as small as this can easily be covered. Wouldn't you say so, witness? The prosecution will just leave it to you. Please testify again. And please, no metaphors this time. Okay, Kanata-chan will give you all a better reason. I guess that really didn't do much for our case. Don't give up yet, Yu-chan. With every contradiction you point out, you get one step closer to the truth. You're making great progress. Just hang in there. I love how Kasumi is not in there at all. Closer to the truth, huh? Now let's have to chip away at the prosecution's case little by little until it collapses. Okay. How we narrowed it down. Locker we found at the basket wasn't the one in the hallways. It was the one the locker we found the basket at wasn't the one in the hallways. It was one in the club room. Only members of the school idol club have access to the club room. Not unless someone else let them in. Also, Shuriko broke into that room how many times before she was in the club? Also, only the club members would know which locker belonged to whom unless it were a stalker. Combine that with the motive, and the only one who could have done this is Kasumi-chan. It appears the defendant is the only possible culprit after all. Indeed. There are only around a dozen students who have access to the club room due to the fingerprint center on the doorknob. Yeah, no, fun fact, you could actually just label it exactly. There are 13 people who have access to the club room, so maybe we just say 13, unless Rebirth isn't in this right now. Then there are 10, but that's not the point. Of those few, only the defendant could have had both the opportunity and the motive to commit the crime. Wouldn't you say so, defense? This isn't looking so good for us. Hey, did you see any contradictions in that? Well, to be honest, no. So are we screwed? There's still a chance, Yu-chan. We're not out of the game just yet. Maybe we can turn this around if you press Kanata-san. Press her? Like, what's on her stomach? You think we can squeeze the truth out of her that way? No, I mean ask her questions about her testimony. Pressure her. It's entirely possible for her to say something we didn't know before. That could be our ticket to this pinch. Defense, would you still like to cross-examine the witness? Yes. Of course. Oh, right. I better give this a shot. Otherwise, our chances of winning will be even more shot. The locker we found the basket at wasn't the one in the hallways. It was the one in the club room. All members of the school idol club have access to the club room. And also, only the club members would know which locker belonged to whom. Combine that with the motive, and the only one who've done this is Kasumi-chan. I'll do that one, I feel like, because... Just because someone's a member doesn't mean they would know which locker was whose. Are you saying the inverse is more likely, that someone who's not in the club would know each locker's owner? I guess not. Lockers are only added to the club room recently. Currently, they aren't labeled with anything besides a number. Someone who's frequent in the club could have seen which locker was whose, unless it's in their joining order, and people know that because they count off. Combine that with the motive, the only person who could have done this. Okay, I'll try this one. To clarify, that's because of the fingerprint sensors on the door that were recently installed, correct? That's right. The door has a sensor to detect if it's jammed or being held open for too long, in which case an alarm would go off. Is this really important for a school idol club? In which case an alarm would go off, meaning the possibility of someone sneaking in is slim to none. But suppose someone from the club opened the door to let someone else in. I suppose that's possible, but only the club members would know. I'll get there eventually. Wait a minute, don't you think that's kind of a leap in logic? Everything about that line of reasoning is based on assumptions. There's no definitive proof that my client is the one responsible for the crime. Access records. Access records? Yes, access records. The fingerprint sensor on the club room door does more than just control who enters. It also keeps track. What? I see. I'd like to draw your attention to this area here. The victim entered the club room on two separate occasions, once at 12:05 p.m. and once at 3:30. Recall the incident occurred at 3:30. How fortunate is that the victim happens to be here in the courtroom right now? Tell us, did you see the basket at your locker the first time you entered the club room? Ayumu, did you? Well, no. Order. Let it be known the defense approved of that testimony. So in other words, the only time the basket could have been left at the scene of the crime was between the first time the victim entered and the second time the victim entered. As you can see, the only person who entered the room between the two times was Kasumi-chan. This seems to be the case. Witness, please add this to your testimony. Sure thing. Sorry, Yu-chan, I think I just blew our chances. No, don't worry. It's not your fault. Access records. Okay, they got us good. Is this it? Is it over for us? I'm gonna press for that because she didn't mention earlier. Exactly what difference does that make? Yeah, it's gonna be nothing, but I felt I could. Beer club, don't you know? Objection sustained. Hold your horses now. Kanatsu-chan was just getting to that part. I guess I gotta get used to this pressing thing. No penalty, though. That's good. Access. So, like...
Impress her on that. Kanata-chan, you yourself are on this record twice. Yeah? The 415 was when Kanata-chan came to investigate the scene. There also would have been a 451, but then we shut off the system at 4:30 to prevent making the list longer than necessary for evidence sake. What about the 1151? The 1151, Kanata-san went in there to take a nap. Emma-chan was long gone by the time Kanata-chan got there, and just as previously said, the basket wasn't there at the time. The prosecution has built a strong case. It doesn't look like anyone else could have been behind the scene of the crime. No, it's Kanata! It's Kanata! Kanata's the baker! It's Kanata! Is there really nobody else who could have done— It's Kanata! Actually, there is someone. Oh, who might that be? I'll show you. Here's another person who could have committed the crime. Oh, I did the wrong one. Well, prosecution, what do you think? I'd rather not think about what the defense meant. That's wrong. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, what can I use? It's clearly Kanata! Here it is. Well, prosecution— I'd rather— no. It is Kanata! Doesn't Kanata eat sweetbread, canonically? No. It's not gonna do anything. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna click the other one. I think I have put this together too early for the game. It's no use. I better survey my options again before doing anything too hasty. The testimony is a lot stronger than the last one. Not only that, but Shizuku-chan's starting to get aggressive. Still, we can't stop here. Remember to press the witness for more information by hitting Q. Looks like an opportunity has opened up. We'll just have to hope it's enough to work with. Her saying she took a nap. In the hallways is one in the club room. Only master. She said she took a nap. Kanta-san, you yourself? Yes. Okay, it's Kanata. I pressed her on that one, okay. Okay. Okay, we already did that. We already did that. Clubroom, probably not. Ours is a special case because it was requested. No way. I never even knew about this until now. I demand who know was that requested that system. You did. You did. You did. Huh? I did. Oh, you did. I did? You don't remember? A couple of weeks ago, some stuff went missing from our club room due to a couple of fans taking souvenirs. They were upset about it and requested an access record system from the student council, and they had it set up over the weekend. Did I actually do that? You were working late that night for the club and submitted their request. We were only about 10% awake. You're such a hard worker, Yu-chan. In any case, the access record system is department approved and has been in place for some time, if that's what you're wondering. I guess I won't be getting anywhere at this line of questioning then. Access records. Okay, I must have been... Yeah, okay. Which ones did I do? I don't think I did the crime report. No. I'm just gonna click this one, and it's going to hurt me a lot. We're gonna have to redo the trial. Did I've shown everything. Here it is, well. Oh. Oh no. Do I have my lives back? I didn't mean to click that. I thought it meant like my unsaved changes on the menu. Closer to truth, then I'll have to chip away. Okay, how far are we going back? Blocker was found, only members. I'm just not gonna read all this again, don't mind me. Wait a minute, don't you think that's kind of a leap in line? We already read that. Okay, there we go. Access records. Oh. Kanata said she took a nap and that she was... Kanata took a nap, she would have still been in there. Okay. She's not the only one. No, it is Kanata, but... Other club room has access record system. Ours is a special case. What difference does that make? Have I tried using the access records? No. This one at all? No. Can I use this? Can I use the fact that Kanata was near the scene of the crime? Oh, I can't use the profiles. There we go. So, witness, you said Emma-san was gone by the time you arrived. You had nothing, so she had nothing to do with the crime, correct? Oh my god, I'm stupid. I didn't realize I could use the profiles. That's correct. I see. What about you? Huh? Kanata-chan? The fingerprint sensors tracks down people who enter, but says nothing about who leaves. I guess it only works from the outside so people don't get locked inside if it fails. How do we know you didn't put the basket there after Ayumu left the first time? Wait, this is wrong, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, witness, we must consider all possibilities. Suppose you brought the basket in there when you first entered and hid it somewhere in the club room until the defendant came and left. Wouldn't it be possible for you to place the basket then? It'd be easy to frame my client for the crime. No, Kanata-san's the detective. If you were still in the room after the victim left the first time, then anything could have happened. As previously established, the victim happens to be in the courtroom. How fortunate. Well, care to ask her again? Were you still in the room when Ayumu left? Well, the defense has a fair point. We cannot rule out this possibility. I did it. I got her. Great going, Yu-chan. For a second there, I was worried that our goose was cooked. Although, if Kanata-san's the culprit, I wonder why she would ever want to do such a thing. Only one way to find out. Prosecution, is there anything you'd like to say in response? No. No? Correct. Nothing needs to be said. The defendant's argument is how should I put it? Baseless accusation. She saw this coming. The prosecution's trust in the witness. The prosecution's trust is in the witness. Just tell them what happened and you'll be fine. Oh, okay. Figures. Shizuku-chan wouldn't be so clumsy as to incriminate her own witness with that access record evidence. Looks like it's not over yet. I've got to keep the pressure on. What Kanata-san was doing. The access records don't lie. The only one who could have left the basket is Kasumi-chan. To be honest, Kanata-san was asleep until 2:10. But it wasn't Kanata-chan because there was nowhere to hide the basket. It wouldn't even fit in a locker. At 2:10, when Kanata-chan woke up, she left the room immediately. Kanata-chan was asleep the whole time. She didn't do anything between 11:50 and 30. That doesn't matter, because Ayumu came in after. Everything seems to be in line with what we know. Both the evidence and about the individual's log. Just to check, was Kanata-san really asleep in the room when you entered, Ayumu? Well, yes, she's telling the truth about that at least. So I have to take her word for that then. Defense to cross-examination, if you would. Okay. So, yeah, I believe that. Okay, I believe that. She left the room. That's the one I'm pressing for. Was the basket at the locker at this time? Kanata-san doesn't remember. She must not have been paying attention. Well, isn't that awfully convenient? How do we know you're not just saying that as a cover-up? Please, defense, unless you have something to suggest the basket was indeed at the locker, let's not jump to conclusions. She's right, I'll be able to prove that, but I don't think I can. Maybe I should look for something else. I've never seen Kanata-san so panicked before. I feel a little bad for her. Do you think she did it? I don't know, but we'll have to find something that incriminates her in the testimony, or we're done for. Not necessarily, there might be something else to set up place, you never know. For example, Kanata is claiming the access records are infallible, but if you can show they're not perfect, try turning your thinking on your head. You never know when a contradiction might pop up. Whatever the case, remember you can press for more information. Are you sure? Could the records have been tampered with? That's extremely unlikely. The access records are generally obtainable, but the information itself is impossible to modify. In addition, the prospect that the center was somehow tampered with is next to impossible, since it would mean that everyone would be locked out. Is something the matter, Ayumu? It's faint, but I think I remember a short period of time where Kasumi-chan and I were both in the club room. Really? But the spaces between you entering the room and Kasumi-chan entering the room are anywhere from an hour and a half to almost 2 hours. Unfortunately, conjecture like this won't get us anywhere unless we can substantiate it. Going through all of them. Nowhere to hide the basket. The club room is relatively open. There isn't anywhere to easily conceal a basket as big as the one involved. Leaving it out in the open is also out of the question, as the witness would have no reason to leave such a gift unattended while she naps. But the basket wouldn't fit in a locker. Would you test that? One of the first things Chanata-chan tried upon arriving at the scene was to see if the basket could fit in a locker. Turns out it can't. It's a little too wide unless the loaves of bread are taken off. Then it can be squished a little. But suppose you had the loaves of bread in your locker and the basket elsewhere. Kanata-chan had a custodian open everyone's lockers. They were all too full to put the loaves in them, including Kasumi-chan's. That's when we found Kasumi-chan's diary in the locker. What did she just say? Kasumi-chan's diary came from the club room locker. This whole time I thought Kasumi-chan's diary came from the hall room lockers, but it looked like she actually wrote the entry in the club room. Turns out she was actually in the club room at 2:05. This could be important. Are you sure? Because the records have been tampered? Okay. Okay. How can we be so sure of that? You could have woken up in the huge gaps between people entering, and nobody would have known. The witness already clearly established there was nowhere to hide a basket in the room. Are you suggesting she materialized a basket out of thin air without leaving the room and dropped it off between 2 and 3:30? Well, no. I guess line of questioning won't do. I do this one? Your entry at 11:50 to 12:10. That's a gap of over 2 hours long. Yeah? Okay, well, first off, don't you have class? The better question is, what does that have to do with this case? True. I've done... I have to prove there's something wrong with the access records, but it's not really giving me a place to. Or use those words. Okay, that's not it. I need to press U for this. I needed to finish that sentence too. Oh. Maybe this? Get a load of this, Your Honor. I see. Okay, that's all. I just wanted you to see it. In that case, get a... Hmm. No, wait, shoot, I need to go back. I think it's something with this first one. Say that again. Oh. Oh, wait. Maybe I have Ayuma? Ejection. I can't present it. Can't do anything. Ah! Oh, hello. Thank you. I hope you enjoy my suffering. Okay, well, this is how I explain the fact that I will probably never play Ace Attorney on stream because I suck at it, actually. Okay. Nowhere to hide the basket. The clover is relatively open, leaving it. Yeah, I already went through all this. Because Kanata. No, he already said that. Basket door, doesn't remember. I've done all of these. I'm going to die. I've pressed on everything. Can I cast me? Or am I just yelling objection? Oh, there we go. Really? How so? I have no idea. A little help. Okay. Teacher. No, I'm dead. I'm dead. Okay. I'm dead. It's over. It's over. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. Not Kasumi. I am guilty. Retry. Yes. Okay. I'm retrying from a save point, right? Okay. Do I have all 5? No sleep. Oh. Blatantly contradicts the evidence around. No, I misclicked. Okay. R. Okay. Your Honor's evidence conscious. How? I have no idea. Rip our client. Rip Kasumi. Rely. Okay, I've done all of these. Ah. Okay. 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 Oh, I need to press this stuff again. Okay, good to know. Thank you for giving me a playthrough of your game. See, this is what, fun fact, I would have loved to be a lawyer as a kid. However, you know, I think becoming an idol was actually the better thing for me. That's extremely unlikely. Okay, I'm just gonna... Where are the other ones? I think there's one thing I haven't tried. I have an idea. Okay. Ooh, I have an idea. Okay, I think I have to go through all these, but I have an idea, and this is either going to absolutely just destroy and kill me and probably take 100 HP. I will have messed up so much. Or... Okay. Yeah, okay, I need to get that for the club room one. Okay. Oh no, I can't. I can't present without this. Okay, because they were together. Okay. This is probably gonna kill me, but I don't even care. Objection. Your Honor's evidence contradicts. Really, how so? I have no idea. Great job. Where to hide the basket? Okay. Hello, my cat has come to join me. Put the basket on, fit in the locker. The basket fit in locker. Turns. Wait a minute, should I? Custodian's full of what? Is this? If I present this again, it's going to kill me, isn't it? But I feel like this is what I need to present, and I'm presenting it in the wrong spot. do this one already. Let's cover up area. Okay. The basket, okay. Yeah, because it's so clearly Kanata. Then I tried this. I think I already did this. Witness, I need you. Oh, thank God it worked this time. It worked this time. Oh, we got somewhere. Oh, let's go. We got somewhere. Let's go. Oh, let's go. Oh, we're so back. Oh, we're so back. Oh, we have 40 HP left, but we're so back. Pokeball, we're back. Oh, he's leaving now. Okay. Witness, I need you to take a look at this evidence. Kasumi-chan's diary? Correct. Thank you for telling me you found it in the clubroom locker, because this opens up a critical contradiction. It does? That's right. It contradicts another piece of... It was said earlier. It was in the phone. In that case, show me the evidence that contradicts Kasumi's... Yep. There we go. I thought I was so cooked. I got hyper fixated again on Ace Attorney in 20... Oh God. I will say 2023. Oh, when was our first? Oh, when was our first group live? I'm just gonna go with 2023. Usually I do stuff in the records of what grade was I in college, but my grades in college have gotten so messed up because I should totally be graduated by now. I would like you to take a look at the access records. The access records? According to the access records, the only time the defendant entered the club room was at 2 p.m. How is it then? There's a diary on... an entry on this diary from 12:05 p.m. on that day. I like how Yu is wearing pants. I think Shizuku is too, but I wasn't really looking at her. Ridiculous. The defendant simply wrote her diary at 12:05 p.m. outside the club room. They brought it in at 2 p.m. and placed it in the locker. Iggy. And I don't suppose you have any proof of that, do you, prosecution? It's simple, really. I don't get how you're not seeing this. If the defendant were in the room at 12:05 p.m., she would have been in the room with the victim. And it doesn't matter. So, well, Ayumu-san, Kasumi was in the club room with you at 12:05. Well, fun fact, about that. Actually, she was. Huh? What? Let it be known, the prosecution approved of that testimony. No way, maybe I overdid the whole cocky prosecutor thing. She is pulling out her acting textbook. Unbelievable. So the reality of the situation is, the access records are not definitive proof. Looks like Ayumu and the defendant entered the club room simultaneously at 12:05 p.m. Okay, so maybe it was not Kanata. Well, Kanata's still the baker. So it still makes the most sense for Kanata to be the one to do it. Because Kanata's the bake. I mean, I think we see some of the other girls bake in the anime, but I think in the game, Kanata's the only one we ever see bake. This opens up the possibility that anyone from the club could have entered the room at any point, assuming they enter when someone else leaves. As a result, the defense attests that there is not enough evidence to convict the defendant. It's going to be like Kanin or someone there, or it could be, it's Brad. It could be Emma. It is Brad. The court has determined there is not enough information for a proper ruling yet. There are too many questions left unanswered to cast suspicion on either defendant or the witness. Kanata-chan is off the hook. In light of both these revelations, court will be adjourned for the day. Both the defense and the prosecutions are to search for more evidence for their respective cases. Well done, Yu-chan. You did it. You managed to hold off for the day. Let's not get hasty. When I said the prosecution was ready, I meant that the prosecution was ready. The prosecution would like to present a second witness. Second witness, Your Honor. This witness can be prepared in 15 minutes. Very well. Court will take a 15-minute recess so the witness can be prepared. That's all. Court adjourned. Oh, great. Emma's the only one on the other one on their defendant lobby. Emma's the only other one on thing. And it's Brett. That was tough, but looks like I managed to pull through to some extent. Well done, Yu-chan. It looks like you really have a shot at winning this. You think so, Ayumu? Shizuku-chan's got another witness coming up, and it could go either way. She waited until now to call the next witness, so it might be more detrimental to her case than Kanata-san was. See, I was gonna say they might be smarter than Kanata-san. However, I did just say it could be Karin, so we'll see. I love Karin, however. Oh, she's stupid. But you never know what to expect in this type of situation. Maybe the next witness saw will completely break our case. We won't know until we try taking it head on, I guess. Senpai, you were so cool in there. For that, Senpai gets the biggest, cutest Kasumi wink. Here it comes. Catch. Hold on now, Kasumi-chan. This isn't over yet. Shizuku-chan's calling another witness we have to tackle. Did Senpai see how mean Shizuko got in there? Why is she trying so hard to get Kasumi in trouble? I don't know. You just try to disband the club again. Senpai, do you think Shizuko hates Kasumi now? No, absolutely not. It's the prosecutor's duty to attack the defense's case. She's not doing any of this out of malice. Say, who do you think is the next witness, Yu-chan? If it's someone like Emma-san, we might be in trouble. We're getting bread. Okay, this is probably gonna be Emma. We're just going to have to go in with high spirits and hope for the best. Don't worry, Kasumi-chan. We're going to pull the truth out of the situation by the end of the day. And about to be continued. Iba. Yes. I'm gonna, no, I'm just gonna keep going for today. March 2nd, 6:35 p.m. courtroom. I have nothing better to do today. I don't work tomorrow. Court is now back in session for the trial of Nakasu Kasumi. The prosecution is ready as always, Your Honor. We didn't even get to, do any, investigation. I'm trying to think of if there's any Ace Attorney games where you do the Oh, I'm actually blanking on if there's any ones where you do the thing in the middle. I've only played, the old DS ones. Where it's, the classics. The ones that got animated. Oh my, why can't I remember the name? The one where Miles is on trial. That's the only one where I think where you have to get evidence in the middle. I'm sure there's other ones. No. That's the only one where you have to do it, quickly. Is it? God, I'm great at remembering things. The defense is ready for real this time, Your Honor. Am I, though? Turnabout goodbye. Yes, turnabout goodbyes. Thank you. That one. One of the gayer ones. Right, let's just get back into the meat of things, shall we? The prosecution shall sum up what we know thus far. And at an unspecified time between 12:05 and 3:30 p.m., someone left a basket of bread in front of Ayumu's locker in the clubroom, including the lace loaf. Our problem right now is that we don't know yet who exactly left the basket there. It may have been the defendant, but it may have also not have been. However, I intend to clear everything up with my next witness, and show that it could have been nobody but the defendant, Nakasu Kasumi. Very well. This could go either way. I just hope it isn't someone like Emma-san or we're totally done for. Yep, it's gonna be Emma. Yeah, there she goes. That's our big sister of 50. Can't remember if she has 4 or 6 siblings, but I know she has a lot of siblings. Because, ha 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 ha, Highlander stereotypes or something. Yep, we're totally done for. Yep, that's the wrong key. Witness, can you state your name and occupation for us? Sure, I'm Emma Verde. As for my occupation, I guess I'm just a student and a school idol. Thank you for that. Witness, please testify about what you saw at the club room between 12:05 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. So she was in there. She has 8. Oh, she has 8? I know they, I know they're the back, blah, blah, not her actual. Okay, I know it's supposed to be. Is it supposed to be her siblings? That are the, no, what's that song called? Koi word in between there, y'all. Oh, the Love You My Friends album. Sometimes the names of those get me. I know is it supposed to actually be her siblings that are background dancers, or it's just kids that are supposed to, like, in lore-wise. I know it's not, like, in real life. Okay, sounds good. Wait. Yeah, that one. You know, apparently. Okay, it is. Okay, I couldn't remember if it's just like 8 kids she found in Japan that she adopted. Because, you know, unfortunately, we haven't been able to play All-Stars in forever and get the actual lore for that. Rest in peace, All-Stars. I miss you, All-Stars. I remember always having to I would always play at least 1, sometimes 2 if I got lucky, of the daily songs my sophomore year before swim class, because we had to sit there, you know, you had the time to get to swim class. And my class was really close because the second floor where my math class was right below the pool. So I got there really early, so I always had time to play All-Stars before we got to do that. Fun fact, if you didn't know, which I guess at least one person here doesn't know, my high school had 2 second floors and they were not connected. And once I had a class on one second floor and then on the other one, and you could not get over in 5 minutes. Okay, what I saw at the club room. At 2:05, I arrived at the club room to drop off some stuff in my locker. So, contradicting everything in the beginning. Great. True Eastern style. Right as I arrived at the door, though, I ran into Kasumi-chan, who opened it from the inside. Kasumi-chan then silly said, "Shh! Don't tell Ayumu-senpai I left a God damn it. I left that basket there." Well, that's gonna be easy. And then she took off, and I entered the room to see there was a basket in front of Ayumu's locker with 3 yummy-looking loaves of bread in it. At that point, I just dropped my stuff, woke up Kanata-chan, and left with her. I don't fully believe Emma would have not eaten one of those loaves of bread. So what if Emma ate one of the loaves of bread, and they made another loaf of bread, and Emma ate one of the loaves of bread, and then Kanata made another loaf of bread, and they accidentally filled it with mustard. You're kidding, right? We're in a pickle, Yu-chan. Emma-san is basically incapable of outright lying, and everything she says seemed to point the finger at Kasumi-chan. I'll say, how the heck am I supposed to cross-examine my way out of this one? Don't lose hope yet. There has to be a contradiction somewhere. What's wrong, defense? Throwing in the towel? Absolutely not. The defense refuses to back down just yet. Although, to be honest, your crummy attitudes... Yo, who let I in here? I hasn't been introduced in the game yet. What I saw at the club room. Okay. I arrived at the club room, dropped some stuff off in my locker. I'm just gonna cross-examine everything when to go. So you're gonna drop off exactly? You're asking a question like that, don't you think it's irrelevant? Well, thing you know, maybe Emma-san brought us some cool foreign snacks for this weekend or something. Objections to stay and try to keep your questions on topic, please. Right as the door, ran Kasumi-chan, who opened it from the inside. Why was... You witness, I noticed your name never showed up on the access records around the specified time. To clarify, that's because Kasumi-chan opened the door, right? I guess so. Now to think about it, I don't think I've ever actually needed to activate the electronic lock because of that. I suppose that makes sense. This isn't going anywhere, but then... I have a feeling I'm gonna have to go back to that second one. Or I'm gonna go through the other ones first. Are you sure? Is there a possibility you heard wrong? None. That's more or less exactly what you said. Order. I will have order. Think about time. Wrap up the case. This isn't over yet. I still have life. She took off and dreamed. There's a basket in front of Ayumu's locker with 3 yummy-looking breads in it. So you were certain that's exactly what you saw. There wasn't, say, another basket which coincidentally had bread in it or something, and you coincidentally ate some bread in it. One basket, 3 loaves of bread, right smack dab in front of Ayumi-chan's locker. If that's really true, that's bad news for us, and I can't see Emma-san lying about this unless she got to eat bread because of it. Kind of determined left with her. So rather than this brought up earlier, the prosecution left an entire party out of its statement. I simply thought it wasn't necessary to bring it up, that's all. Yep, some Miles bullshit. Okay, yep, this shit Miles would do. Okay. Emma-san here is just a witness. It wasn't necessary to involve her testimony in this case, at least until now. You can say that, but there's gotta be something Emma-san missed in here. Defense menu ammunition. Feel like because it says 3 loaves of bread with sweet cream that maybe there were originally 4. Oh, the music stopped. Let's go. 1 basket, 3 loaves of bread in front of Ayumu's locker. You're absolutely positive that's what you saw? Yes, I'm certain. Witness, please take a look at this evidence for me. It's a basket retrieved from the club room, and it has 3 loaves of bread in it. I can see that. Isn't that consistent with what I said? You're right. It would be if it weren't for this. That's the loaf Ayumu-chan ate, right? Yes, the basket was retrieved with 3 loaves of bread, and the half-eaten bread was retrieved as well. There were no fewer than 4 loaves of bread involved in this case. That's true. Where did this extra loaf come from? Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Nana being the clueless judge is going to get to me so much. I'll tell you where it came from. Some lowlife planted to frame my client, and maybe because they eat some bread. You see, the defendant only baked and dropped off 3 loaves of bread in total, as implied by the witness. After that, to make it look like the defendant had done it, the real culprit dropped off the double-braided pile of evil in the same basket. You're calling a double-braided pile of evil. You want to... No. No, not you. No, please, just take out your braids and become the other one. Then you mean me, right? No, I mean the bread. The loaves are double-braided, see. Oh, well, in that case, it's a valid possibility. Alright, Yu-chan, way to bounce back into the fight. Prosecution, what do you have to say in response? A keen observation, for sure. However, I regret to inform you, defense, that still doesn't change the fact that nobody entered the room between Emma-san at 2:05 and Ayumu at 3:30. Well, apparently a bunch of people are entering that you're not saying, so I don't care. Therefore, nobody could have dropped off the extra loaf after the defendant left the room. Where it came from? The witness can tell you all about it. How about it, witness? Can you do that for us? Can I? I mean, yes, of course! Because I ate bread. I had actually bumped into Kasumi-chan earlier that day, around 10:30, outside the cooking room. Time Kasumi-chan had the basket with her. All 4 loaves of bread were in it. I must have been eyeing the bread pretty hard, because then she offered me one of those tasty loaves. However, when I bumped into Kasumi-chan again at the bedroom, I felt bad for taking a part of Ayumi-chan's birthday present. So after Kasumi-chan left, I placed the loaf I had with me into the basket. Guess Banan, possibly so. Before I move on to defense, I'd bring everyone's attention to this. Shiragawa. It is. It's a bottle of wagarashi. Especially the very spicy mustard. Wouldn't you know, it was found in the cooking room. I'm reading it American. Oh, my hands on the mic. No. I'm reading it American. Okay. Wagarashi. Wagarashi. Oh, I hit the mic. Wagarashi. Wagarashi. Recovered from the cooking room, contents meant out of the laced loaf of bread that Ayumu ate. This bottle was found sitting in the counter, partially used. The prosecution believes that it was used by the defendant before she bumped into the witness at 10:30 a.m. as she was exiting the room she was found in. The evidence just keeps piling up against us. You can call it quits. Come on, you can do it. Ayumu's right. Again, we're getting so many puns for I not being here. Ayumu's right. I've come too far to be foiled by such a stupid bottle of mustard. I'm gonna try this. Yeah, that was too easy. Get a load of this, Your Honor. Okay, that's all I wanted. You see it. Do something else said, but something's clicking with me. None to prove that Kasumi didn't make any laced loaves. Why is it impossible that she would want to? Inside the cooking room, had the best for all loaves were in it. Because then she offered me one of the tasty loaves. Maybe I put it here? Oh, no. This? Yeah, I'm just burning HP. If she knew one of the loaves, so the loaves have sweet cream, one of them had the thing, but by my logic, she wouldn't have given any of them to Emma. She could have given her the wrong. She didn't make the diary entry until later. There we go. It's like she can. There we go. Oh, did I turn off? No, I didn't turn off my earbuds. Okay. Witness, are you aware of what this is? A journal of some sort? Right. Specifically, it's the defendant's journal, presented as evidence that she had a motive. So it'd be great if I didn't have to shut up to think. I feel like that makes it awkward on streams, whatever. Right. Specific defense journal, but she had motive. There's an entry in here written at 12:05 p.m. on the day of the crime. In it, Kasumi-chan details how she was jealous of Ayumi's cuteness on that day. Classic Kasumi-chan. Combined with her nature, I can see why she would want to sabotage poor Ayumi-chan. Brain time. Sometimes you just gotta shut off the talking to use your brain. I was like, oh, it had to be, that she wouldn't give Emma one. And then, to be honest, I had to think of, like, it sounds so weird to say, I had to think of my classes, like, in high school, and to how they were separated, and, like, what time I had. So it'd be like, oh, in one of my years, I had, in my junior year and the very short period of time we had actually in the school on that, I had sewing at the beginning of the day, and then I didn't get to see any of my friends until after. I don't know why that helped. Yes, it doesn't matter, they just did. Yes, but there's a problem. The entry states that Kasumi-chan only saw Ayumu in all of her glory at 12:05 p.m. on that day and no earlier. So tell me, how could she have prepared the laced loaves at 10:30, an hour and a half before she saw Ayumu? Ah, that's true. So the defendant hasn't seen the victim at the time she prepared with the bread. So I'm probably going way too early with the idea that she wouldn't have given Emma a loaf that could have possibly been laced. This whole time we were assuming that the defendant had prepared the laced loaf as a sort of revenge out of pettiness in response to Ayumu's prettiness. However, we now know that's impossible, that the defendant had such feelings at the time she prepared the bread, thus she had no motivation. Therefore, the defendant had no reason to commit the crime. This crime. I don't say that's just how she is, because that's not a valid reason. The court agreed. I can speak. It wouldn't be fair to convict a defendant unless there was reasonable motivation. Well, what you say, witness? Huh? Why are you asking me? Wait, sorry, my bad. I got too caught up in the moment. Let me try that again. Well, what you say, prosecution? Let's make out. You're absolutely correct. Without the motive in the diary, it would not be enough to consider the defendant guilty, again, because so much of this evidence isn't circumstantial and totally would hold up in a court of law, unless she had another motivation. I mean, at least the ones we have so far. I mean, I guess. At least against Kasumi. Some of the ones against the other people, I don't know. Another motivation. Let the defense explain it. Ayumu-san, if you may. Because Ayumu steals every single Nijigasaki center? Maybe is that the motivation? Why is Ayuno Ishin? And I mean, it's an Ayumu and Kasumi center. But why is it not a Setsuna center? I am screaming, and I have way too many rubber straps of that still. I had to just keep pulling because all my friends wanted Rina, so I emptied it, and I had to go and explain to the worker that I'm not a scalper, just all of my friends want Rina, and that is the story of why I have so many, and I also have some of the balls still, if we ever do gambling. Wait, what exactly am I explaining? Something happened the day before the crime, do you remember? Wait, could it be that... do I have to? If you won't, I will. I don't mean to embarrass you, but it is important. So the day before the crime, Ayumu-san was in one of the restrooms doing what she calls Ayumu-pyo to herself in the mirror. Oh, that's cute. Yu-chan, I just remembered I need to go home and feed Sasuke. Right now? At the point, she walked in on none other than Kasumi-chan. You know, wow, getting embarrassed doing your call and response. That is such a mood. That is such a mood. I am always so convinced I'm going to mess up the change that I made in my new one, as if, change I made in my new one. The change I made to mine, but I haven't yet. And I don't think I think everyone kind of just went funny if I didn't. That's not the point. At this point, she walked in. In short, they had an argument. The victim was upset about being walked in on, while the defendant was upset about Ayumu-san being cuter than her. Where did this suddenly come from? I guess bread isn't the only thing Shizuku-chan can pull out of her behind words. That said, if she's willing to suddenly resort to this kind of anecdotal evidence, I think that's how that word is pronounced. Evidence, I might be closer to the truth than I thought. I wouldn't put it out of the realm of reality for the crime to be motivated by this incident, to be honest. However, you do realize it does not qualify as valid evidence, correct? I'm aware, however, the witness has testimony that connects that story with this crime. Well, let's hear it. Anecdotal. Anecdote, that's what it is, that's what it is. Kanta has told me on multiple occasions, this is how you English. This is how you speak your first language, honey. And it's very amusing to me every time. So thank you for being my English teacher, honey. I don't judge you for doing it because I am stupid. However, whenever you do it, I giggle a bit. Not gonna lie. Well, let's hear it. Witness testimony, what Kasumi said. This all happened right after Kasumi-chan had handed me one of the loaves of bread after I bumped into her outside of the cooking room. She suddenly whispered to me, "Remember that argument Ayumu-senpai and I had the other day?" She didn't specifically mention Ayumu-chan's birthday at the time, so it sounded like she made the bread more because of the argument. Maybe as an apology for walking in on her. I didn't realize at that time, but I guess she was planning her payback. She asked me if I knew which locker was Ayumu-chan's, but I didn't, so I just shook my head no. So it appears the defendant had indeed set up the gift as a trap in response to the argument, especially since the witness has stated she made no mention of the victim's birthday. Well, let's not beat around the bush. Defense, your cross-examination, please. Looks like all we did was stall them a bit. I can feel the prosecution's racing. I feel like this is where I'm going to have to mention the thingy. There's going to be a break for us soon. I can feel it. Did my HP reset? Do I have more HP now? No! This happened right after Kasumi-chan had handed me one of the loaves of bread after I bumped into her outside the cooking room. She suddenly whispered to me, remember that argument Ayumu-senpai and I had the other day? She didn't specifically mention Ayumu's birthday at the time, so she made the bread more because of the argument. I didn't realize the time, but I guess she was planning her payback. Maybe? Your Honor, this evidence contradicts the witness's statement. Really? How so? I have no idea. Okay. No, shoot. Maybe I shouldn't have gone instead of Kasumi-chan. It was an accident. She walked in on me. Right, Ayumu, remember, our trust isn't Kasumi-chan. We have to believe she didn't actually lace your bread, and everything's fine between you two. You're right, Yu-chan. Let's go for Kasumi-chan. Every piece of evidence. Let's check every one of them detail. Knows no one's stone unturned. So, Kasumi-chan, me one of the loaves of bread. I bumped into her. Remember the argument we had the other day? So we mentioned Ayumu-chan's birthday. I'm gonna have to reload. It's over. Okay. Okay, everyone. Time to try again. Failed court. You failed it. You are guilty. Choose or surrender court. That's all. Court adjourned. Okay, you was the only one wearing pants. Wait, no, I'm retrying. Let's hear it. What happened when the loaves of bread? She's gonna be. Oh, did I push her on all of them? I think I might have gone too soon into presenting evidence. Shall I whisper argument? Justification, did she hand you a random loaf out of the 4? I guess so. I'm not her, so I wouldn't know for sure. But I didn't like she put much thought into which. Why, what's the matter? Not sure. Press harder, yes. When the any of the 4 loaves stand out, or were they identical? All 4 loaves were made of and packaged identically, I'm pretty sure. How can you be so sure of that? It's not like you studied the loaves in the basket when Kasumi-chan showed them to you, right? No, I studied them after. After? Yep, I went on Kasumi-chan's social media and saw she posted a photo of loaves of bread. So delicious, I had to take another look at them. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they were all the same. Ooh, me too, I'm gonna take a look right now. But wasn't that weird? Only one of the 4 loaves was laced, right? So how did you know she did... How did she know which one to not give you? What if she gave you the laced loaf? Beats me, I guess she memorized which one it was. That's a bit too odd for me to just ignore that. Witness, please add this to your testimony. Okay, sure thing. So what did the defendant say to you after that? Nothing at all. What What about you? What did you say to the defendant? Nothing at all. What exactly happened afterwards? Did you two just stand there and stare at each other like a pair of Neanderthals? I guess the topic sort of just died there, because Kasumi-chan changed the subject right after. Just like that, huh? The point is, the witness wasn't able to extract any more information from the defendant at the time. So the defendant made mention of the incident the day before the crime. Anything else? I didn't push, I did just go. Kasumi-chan mentioned the argument before the day of the crime didn't necessarily mean she wants to get revenge on Ayumu, you know. Might you suggest the defendant meant defense? Well, my hypothesis may be Kasumi-chan was thinking in terms of setting up the basket of bread as an apology gift for Ayumu-chan. Sure. And while she's at it, throwing a nuclear spicy mustard loaf of death to apologize as her hard right? Right, I get the point. Planning her payback. What you mean by didn't realize it at the time? I mean, I only realized it after the fact when I heard about Kasumi-chan's sabotage. Her mentioning Ayumu-chan's name made me remember that it was her birthday. So at the time I didn't really think much of it, but isn't it a bit of a leap in logic to say Kasumi-chan meant it in the sense that she wanted revenge on Ayumu? I mean, if she wanted to get back at Ayumu, why would she mention that at all? It doesn't matter why the defendant said such a thing. The act of sabotage, combined with its juxtaposition to a potential motive, suggests that the two are connected. That's true, the court agrees. Darn you, past Kasumi-chan. I need to drink some water. She asked me if I knew which locker was Ayumu-chan's, but I didn't say what they said earlier. That. So what happened between you two after Kasumi-chan asked which locker was Ayumu's? Nothing, she ran off then and there. So neither you nor Kasumi-chan knew which locker was Ayumu's. Then how would Kasumi-chan know which locker to put the basket in front of? Have you forgotten the defendant entered the club room with the victim at 12:05, correct? Clearly, she did so to check which locker was the victim's, before returning and dropping off the basket at 2 p.m. She's right, that's really what happened. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten upset at Kasumi-chan. I'm just gonna try this. I see nothing. I see nothing. Okay, okay. I still have a B. I still have a B. Is it literally just the other one that I was debating between? Don't. I thought I solved something, but my earbud just beeped. Did I already... Maybe... Did I push on this one? You said cosmic... So was there anything else noticeable about it? Nothing really significant post. A single word caption unity. Oh, I didn't get that yet. Okay, I didn't push on this one. Not sure what Kasumi-chan meant by that, but I'm assuming it means one of the loaves looking identical. The loaves looking identical is part of the theme of the bread. Well, coming from Kasumi-chan, that's really pretentious. Okay, that didn't really give anything. I have enough. Do I? To maybe... To maybe the... Is it maybe the mustard itself? Or, oh, let me try the other piece. No, 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 no. Oh wait, no, I didn't click that bad of a wrong thing. I'm gonna try this piece. This one looks more baked than the other ones. Okay, no. I'm gonna try this one. Okay, I'm going to die on the next one. It has to be over them looking identical. Because if the one's messed up, then why would Kasumi... So it has to be with... It has to be this one. Well, it's not my badge. Okay, it's not these. I did all three of these, right? Wait, what about the... Okay. The twist tie wasn't... This is gonna kill me. Oh my god, that didn't kill me. Is it actually the twist tie? Is it actually the twist tie? I figured it out. I finally understand what's going on here. The furloughed bride could not have all been identical. Oh, do tell why. You know what you're putting here as well. It's in here somewhere, I know, but which part? The part could not have been identical, and the falling part of the... Okay, so... Evidence? It's in here. The evidence found related to the crime have not been identical. Please enlighten us. Simple, Your Honor. Up to this point, we've covered all the evidence listed in the crime report, except the twist. It actually was the twist tie. It actually was that twist tie. It actually was the twist tie. Really? Really? You know what? Whatever. Whatever. The twist tie. What could that little twist tie tell us we have no established? Does it not match the other ones? Were the other ones like tied off? I'll show you. Oh yeah, the other ones were sealed with like the adhesive thing or something. I think it said like none of the loaves are packaged with twist tie. They're have to use adhesive flap. That's right. Yet the witness claimed they were packaged all identically to each other. Yeah, I was wrong about that, and they're just gonna let it slide again, aren't they? So what does that mean? Could it be that the witness was mistaken? I don't think so. The defendant posted a photo of the bread on her social media, didn't she? That way we can be sure if the loaves were identical. Ayumu, you said you took a look at Kasumi-chan's post on her social media, right? Were any of the loaves packed with a twist tie? You know, your phone that you pulled out in the courtroom? That's totally allowed. Actually, none of them were. You guys can take a look for yourselves if you don't believe me. Hang on, so the loaves of bread were packaged identically at first, but then by the time the victim got to them, one of them was packaged differently, and of course that's the one she went to. I mean, someone needs to teach you about self-preservation, which means there's only one thing it could mean. The twist tie was found on the floor, which means the loaf that was used to package had been used package words. Moreover, the only loaf of bread that was open at the time Kanata-san investigated the scene was the crime was the laced loaf. That means that the replaced loaf and the laced loaf are one and the same. Then who could have swapped the laced loaf? Defense, what do you make of this? Emma ate the proper loaf and replaced it with a laced loaf, likely on accident. Who planted laced loaf is... Emma-san. Could have been that you were the one who planted lace loaf. Did you say Emma-san? Pardon me, can you say that again? It sounded like you were accusing the witness of committing the crime, as we totally didn't do with Kanata. Of course, listen carefully. She ate the loaf. It's Emma. Emma-san. It was you who planted the lace bread, wasn't it? Me? Defense, are you suggesting the witness committed the crime because she was hungry? Of course I am. Think about it. Between the time Kasumi-chan took the photo of the 4 identical loaves of bread and the time Ayumu arrived to take a bite out of the lace bread, the only other person who came into contact with said bread, who, pray tell, was that other person. That's right, it was the witness, Emma-san. In the wind. The wind, it must have been the wind. It must have been the wind. Witness, explain, what's the meaning of this? It was the wind! No, that can't be right. What if, Shizuku-chan? The fence is full of drivel. I think that word is drivel. I think I'm right. Maybe words. That's not even considering the possibility that the defendant could have dropped off the laced loaf after the witness left. See, the fun thing is, I know the meaning of a lot of words. I just don't know how to pronounce them. It must have been the wind. It's not considered a possibility that the defendant could have dropped off the laced loaf after the witness left. Sorry, but that could not have happened. Kasumi-chan would have dropped off the laced loaf after Emma-san entered at 12:05, as shown by... Okay, so Emma could have let her in. So I don't think it's the access records. This is gonna kill me. Okay. We haven't used the mustard yet. So I'm gonna select that, even though it's gonna kill us. Didn't say anything like, yeah, no, it doesn't. Approved access records. You'll see that nobody, oh, it's actually just covering me. You'll notice that nobody entered the room between 2:05 when the witness entered as Kasumi-chan exited, and 3:30 when the victim entered. But apparently people have just been letting people in and not using that, so does it even matter anymore? Now recall the prosecution themselves stated that nobody else entered when between Kasumi-chan leaving and Ayumu entering. Guess what? That includes Kasumi-chan herself. No. Objection. I can't believe it saved me doing stupid. Sorry to burst your bubble, but you know this all means nothing, right? A little twist tie won't get you anywhere. I mean, the wind is the wind. For starters, are you aware that the detective, Konoe Kanata, wasn't present at the crime scene during the entirety of the investigation? Remember that Kanata-san mentioned the access records were shut off at 4:30 p.m. and that she returned to scene of the crime at 4:50. That would have been extremely easy for the defendant to return to the scene of the crime between those times, plan to twist tie at the scene of the crime to trick people just like you. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but I know for a fact it was absolutely impossible for that to happen. Huh, it was impossible? Yes, here's why it's impossible for Kasumi-chan to have entered the scene of the crime between 30 because they apprehended her. It looks, you can see the suspect was apprehended at 4:10. She was taken away before the access records were even shut off. There's no way she could have barged into the club room afterwards. Damn it, she's right. What was I thinking? And now, the moment of truth. Witness, to be honest, the loaf of bread you placed in the basket wasn't the same as the one from Kasumi-chan, was it? The prosecution's trust in the witness. Come on, witness. There's no way the defense is correct about this rubbish, right? Well, no, as in the defense is wrong, correct? No, it's true. The bread was a different loaf. Because she ate the other one. She ate the other one. It's Emma. What the hell? Order in the court. So what really happened was, via Kasumi-chan's photo on the bread before the incident, we know all 4 loaves were packaged identically at first. Emma was very... I'm pretty sure, in Emma's likes, I think by Nijigasaki, they switched their likes to be favorite food and then other likes? Or maybe it was originally favorite food and then they switched to general likes. I truly cannot remember. But, like, the top of Emma's. I want to say it was originally favorite food and then it switches to broad likes. Because I know, Shiki's just has May. They're kind of, you know, they're kind of like that, Pride Month didn't end for them. But yeah, Emma's top one is bread. Like how Haneo has rice. However, a lone twist tie was found at the scene of the crime, indicating that one of the loaves had been wrapped differently by the time the crime happened. And only one person came into contact with the bread between those 2 times. Therefore, the defense attests that it was not the defendant who sent Ayumu the lace bread. It was the witness, Emma Verde, because she ate it. It's unbelievable that I'm saying this, but the one who pulled this cruel prank on Ayumu-san appears not to have been Kasumi-san, but Emma-san. Defense, I must commend you. Against all odds, you managed to prove that Kasumi-san was not in fact responsible for this crime. Have I done it? Is it finally over? I have to find out why she would do something correct. Did you really think this was over? Didn't think so. This time, no, I'm ready. I must say, defense, your ability to rile up the court is impressive. It makes us forget to slow down and look at the facts. Even I found myself too distracted to ask myself what the simple questions, but we're all calmed down now, so let's take a step back for a second. There's one important question we forgot to ask ourselves in all of this that will turn everything on its head. Something we forgot to ask ourselves? Why would Emma do this? Because she was hungry. The one simple important question is why. But why? Yes, why? This whole time, I've been racking my brain why on earth Emma-san would like to pull this stunt on Ayumu-san, and I've yet to come up with one. That's what I've been thinking. Emma-san's so sweet and friendly. I can't even begin to think of a possible motive. The prosecution is right. We're currently lacking an all-important motive. Wait. Hello. That's what wasn't said. It's originally from an unrelated source. Wait a minute. I read the label wrong. I read the label on... Wait. I read the label wrong because I read it the Western way. Wait, what's that label say again? When the Emma-san walk away, I don't think she did. She walks. When they has me jump. I read the label wrong. Emma is the first token foreign member of Nijigasaki. Mia isn't here yet, maybe. I don't know. Your Honor, there's too much we don't know about this case. We believe there's not enough information yet for a con. The loaf she placed wasn't the same one she received, correct? Therefore, defense requests a witness testify about what she did with the loaf of bread. Wait. Can I view this now? Okay, so it's Waragashi, Shira. Give me a second. I'm gonna quickly Google this to see if I just came up with bullshit or if I actually solved this. Nope, just Shirakawa Go came up. Oh, guys, we're back to Higurashi. Okay. Okay, that was nothing. Okay, I thought I solved this. Never mind. Therefore, the defense requests the witness testify about what she did with the loaf of bread she received. That was replaced by the loaf ultimately consumed by the victim. The court acknowledges the current situation. Could have only have been either Kasumi-san or Emma could have still read the label wrong. However, due to the extremely low likelihood that Emma-san had a motive for the crime, the court is still of belief that Kasumi-san is the real culprit. That said, in the spirit of clearing up as much uncertainty as possible, the defense will be allowed one more testimony from the witness. Do note, though, as this cross-examination proves fruitless, the verdict shall be handed down immediately. One shot. Oh, no. Let's wrap this up. Witness, are you listening? Okay, cool. I got another save. Great. Here, listen, please, for a nucleus of bread. Sure thing. Okay. As I received the loaf from Kasumi-chan, I immediately opened it and bit into it. Right afterwards, though, I found that the bread was Ayumi-chan's present, so feeling bad about it, I decided to have a replacement made in the cooking room. I remembered the design of the bread as well as I could and got a replacement wrapper and twist tie from the cooking room supplies. I wasn't sure about the filling, so I called Kasumi-chan about it and found the bottle in she read it wrong. I had class, so I handed off the ingredient and specifications to the cooking assistant so she could do it while I was away. When I came back and saw the bread was baked to perfection, I just packed it up and dropped it off in the club room. That's quite the story. If it weren't Emma-san, I would totally have my doubts. But it is, and I know exactly why the true culprit could only be the defendant. Defense, are you ready for your final cross-examination? Vote for Kasumi-san if I weren't. Okay. Immediately bit into it. Right afterwards, though, I found that the bread was Ayumi-chan's present. Cooking room. This is probably gonna kill me, but I'm just gonna go for it. Get a load of this. I see. No. Yep. Okay. Okay. I feel like it has to be she read the mustard label wrong. I think I can only do... I think I can only press once is what it was saying, so... How did the conversation go exactly? Well, I sort of just called her and asked her what the filling was. I said I was going to write it down so I could cook myself another loaf later. Turned out to be a specific brand of cream, some specific place. Sure. Yep, she read it wrong. Called it. Called it. Called it. See, oh, my dumbassery. My dumbassery. My dumbassery. Let's go. Pulling up my college transcript right now. Should have something. Wait a second, witness. Pardon my interruption. It's the cream you hear about. Shirakawa. Yep. Ah, yes, that's it. Shirakawa. I see. I grabbed this one on the off chance it might be important. It was found in the same cooking room. Bagarashi. And she was called No, because look at the... Honey, you can read just... Honey, you can read just enough. You can read just enough, honey. Look at this right now. Look at this label. You told my dad that you can read hiragana. Do it right now. You told my dad you could read some hiragana. You told him that in November. Because he asked you if you know any Japanese, and you were like, I can read it, I can't make up the words. Anyway, this says, so if you read it this way, but as we saw in the beginning. Okay, oh, that's what you meant. Okay. I misunderstood. I misunderstood. I misremembered you. It was November. So basically it's wagarashi, but if you read it this way, like how I did the first time, it's shiragawa. But if you forget about this little thingy right here, shirakawa. Shirakawa. So, you see, Emma was being a stupid foreigner. Ingredients, specifications to the cooking assistant. Does the cooking assistant, was it Mia? Yeah, basically, she's a TA who usually helps the cooking class, but also there sometimes on her own. I'm on good terms with her, so I handed her the filling and the photo of the bread on Kasumi-chan's social media and asked her to do me a favor. I guess I didn't pay too much attention to how she packaged it, and that's why I don't remember if my loaf had a twist tie on it. I wasn't the one who packaged it. Sama-san didn't cook the loaf herself. Is there a person involved in this? Should we get their sensor? And also she mixed the thingy-mabobber. I forgot the actual name of it. The verdict's being handed down on this cross-examination. Are you sure you want to spend time bringing in another witness? If we only had more time. No, wait, no, I didn't mean to click that one. I'm just gonna click Q on this one. So, is there anything leaving left out this time? No surprise loaves of bread or other evidence? No extra bits of testimony? Because, again, perjury doesn't matter here. No more, I promise you, that's the end of it. There's nothing more to the story. But actually, I need you to bring something out this time. There's not enough to work with here. Then, are you sure you got everything right this time? Everything you said is accurate to what happened? Vent, are you suggesting the witness is lying about something in her testimony? No, I think, no, I think I wasn't sure if I had to click something on here first. You're being driven to corner. Have any suggestions? I don't know, maybe we try pressing on everything. Okay. Miss it? Get a load of this. I see. No. Okay, I got the one. Nope. Semi blatantly contradicts the evidence and round it up. Did I not already press this statement? The cooking assistant. Yeah, we already did this one. I can't present the evidence while I'm in the screen. I think my thing cuts it off, but it doesn't give me the option. Did I click the first two? Brett, you already unwrapped the... So the mere seconds between Kasumi-chan handing you the bread and asking about Ayumi's locker, you already unwrapped the bread and taken a bite of it. Basically, yes. I couldn't just give Ayumu-chan a half-eaten loaf, so I just finished it off. Alright, so how long did it take you to eat the whole thing? 15 seconds, yeah. For a loaf that big? Well, yeah, that's our girl. Defense using... No, I was just curious. I suggest you make better use of your time. Bread was Ayumu's present. Since you had bumped into Kasumi-chan at the door of the cooking room, I assume you ended up going to the same cooking room that she left, right? That's right, I headed in right after Kasumi-chan left. The Wagarabashi bottle was found in that same cooking room, though, wasn't it? There's a possibility to use the bottle for your replacement loaf instead? Oh, did I get it? No, there isn't. Don't forget that Emma-san still had no reason to do so. No good, I just can't seem to get... She read it the wrong way. I think now Shizuko-chan mentioned I'm not sure if my loaf had a twist tie or not. I guess I was too caught up in the moment. The mild surprise of suddenly bumping into Kasumi-chan, combined with her holding a fancy basket of bread of all things, caught me off. To be honest, when it comes to these kind of things, I'm more focused on the bread than the packaging. Yeah, Emma, we know. I suppose I can't really blame her for that. This is Emma-san we're talking about after all. So besides the twist tie, everything else about the packaging was identical, right? I think so, since Kasumi-chan cooked the bread in the same room. She probably also used the same plastic wrappers from the supplies. I guess everything checks out there too. That's quite enough. Oh, we got to move on, though. There's nothing else to cross-examine. The defense has failed to find any gaps in the witness's testimony. Have you considered she's a foreigner? No. They're near for a state. I'll hand down my verdict now. I told you it was futile. Like I said, there's no way Emma-san would have any reason to commit the crime. It's no use, Ayumu. I failed. Shizuko-chan, that's right. Emma-san would never have a motive to commit the crime. Which is why I was thinking, you know, maybe she did it by accident? An accident? Oh god, I just had to get someone to suggest the accident. Your Honor, please wait. The defense has tested there's still the possibility that the witness is mistaken about what actually happened. Foreigner. That's the most desperate attempt at prolonging the trial possible. You're saying the witness's testimony was wrong? You want me to make that accusation? You surely have the evidence to back it up, right? Court of law, evidence there. If you want to make, you must present the evidence. Well, defense, you have an excellent... Foreigner. This is the whole case of hinge on. If we assume Emma-san accidentally had a lace loaf made, then she must have misinterpreted the piece of evidence. Where's one? Interpret it as. She read it wrong. She read it long like me being stupid. No. I'll show her parts and see if she makes it for Shirakawa. Which part of the Wagarabashi bottle should I show Emma? The name on the label. The name on the label. I'll write it on a strip of paper exactly as it appears on the bottle of Wagarashi. Wagarashi. Witness, can you take a look at this for me? I see it. What about it? Can you please read this for us? Of course. It says Shirakawa. Yep. Witness, are you aware this actually says Wagarashi, as in the name of the mustard used in the lace bread? So it does, huh? In light of this, is a possibility that you made the same mistake of picked out the filling at the cooking room? We're going to have to tell your Japanese teacher about this, Emma. I'm so sorry. I did. You did? You're right. I didn't want to believe I could make such an awful mistake as sabotaging a gift for a friend, but it's true. Emma-san laced the bread? So that's it, huh? That's what really happened. Okay, Emma, it's time. Go back to class. That's your punishment. Test time. But how could you mix up these two ingredients that look completely different? I see. I wasn't sure either. How could you fuse a spicy mustard and a sweet cream with different names? But then I figured out that it possibly has to do with the orientation of the names. The orientation of the names? Yes, the orientation of the names. Wagarashi is written as Wagarashi, and Shirakawa is written as Shirakawa. These names look very different at first glance, but they look almost identical if one is read backwards. I figured Emma-san, being a foreigner, would be used to reading things left to right! Let's go. However, if you look at the Wagarashi, written as Wagarashi, you'll notice it's written right to left. And being in a hurry to get to class, she missed the difference between the ga in Shiragawa and ka in the ga in Wagarashi and the ka in Shirakawa. Exactly. Emma-san heard the name Shirakawa and accidentally read Wagarashi as Shirakawa. But wouldn't the cook... I can't believe I solved it. My own dumb assery solved it. Oh my god. My own dumbassery. Me reading the label out loud and reading it wrong. But wouldn't the cooking assistant have realized she was baking a loaf of bread with spicy mustard? She didn't think that was weird. It's possible that she did, but when we started the session of the trial, I was afraid I wouldn't get anywhere with class examinations. Because Emma-san is too trustworthy, I didn't think she'd lie about anything. Emma-san said she had on good terms with the cooking assistant, right? Maybe in a similar way to me. She trusted Emma-san's judgment too much to question it. I agree. If Emma-san was in a hurry and I requested to do something important for her, I wouldn't have questioned it either. Well, I got to hand it to you, Defense. You've done a fantastic job convincing us that indeed Emma-san cannot read Japanese correctly. San could be the one behind the coal. I got to where it was, and they, where it was like, oh, you know, before Ayumu said Emma did it on accident, and it was like, oh, did Emma do it on accident? I was like, wait a minute. What is Shiragawa? And then I realized me reading it wrong the first time basically gave me the answer. Including myself. To be honest, I don't know if I really would have gotten it without dying like 5 more times if I couldn't read. I trusted my own judgment too much. I wanted to correct a mistake, but I ended up causing another mistake. Yeah, Emma, we're sending you back to Japanese class. Get back in there. Test today. Quiz today. We had a quiz if we did not have a test that day, we had a quiz every single day of my Japanese class, and I hated it. I I was too careless. I didn't think I could actually mess up this badly, and because of that, poor Kasumi-chan got blamed for it instead of me. But now Yu-chan has shown us what really happened. I know now that I was wrong. I need to own up to my own mistake, huh? I also realize I'm making fun of Emma for reading it wrong when I read it wrong, so that's only speaking on me too. Emma-san, Ayumi-chan, Kasumi-chan, I'm so sorry. I hope you can forgive me for all of this. Congratulations, Kasumi-san. You picked out a good defense attorney. Because it looks like you'll be cleared of all charges. I'm picking when I'm picking on Emma, I'm picking on myself too. Of course, never doubted Senpai for a second. See, I told you it wasn't Kasumin. Just because something bad happens, that doesn't always mean it's Kasumin's fault, you know. Now, if you don't mind, Kasumin would like to go home. Hang on, Kasumi-chan. The judge still needs to call the verdict. Who knows, maybe Shizuku-chan has something to show us that will put you back under suspicion. Shizuku, you wouldn't do that, would you? Quick, judge, call the verdict. Say Kasumin isn't guilty! Just a little payback for saying all those self-incriminating things to Emma-san. Very well then. This court officially finds the defendant, Nakasu Kasumi, not guilty. That is all. Court is adjourned. March 2nd, 7:51 p.m. Defendant lobby. I did it! I actually did it. I won! Way to go! That was amazing, Yu-chan! You know, at the end of it all, I just have to say, it was actually pretty fun. I'm kind of looking forward to the next one. You did it, Senpai! Kasumin owes you one for that! Maybe Kasumin will owe you one. Or maybe not. Judge was guilty because we don't like it. Hey, Kasumin, you know, along with Ayumu, you also are unfortunately a center stealer, so get back in there. Thanks, Kasumi-chan. I'm looking forward to it. Hey, you guys. And Emma. Ayumu-chan, I'm so sorry I ruined your birthday yesterday. Can I ever make it up to you? Don't worry about it, Emma-san. I'm already over it. You guys are my friends, okay? It's all too important for me to get upset at. I'm just telling your teacher. Ayumu. Besides, I've had worse. It couldn't be as bad as the time I got possessed by a demon, or the time I went to Mars to bring out the joy of idols to the Martians. Okay. Huh? That actually happened? Wait, no, never mind. I think that second one was actually a dream I had. You're telling me the first one wasn't? Emma-senpai, how could you? You almost let Kasumi take the bullet for something you did. Why would you do that? Sorry, Kasumi-chan. I really thought it was you who wanted to prank Ayumu-chan for the argument the day before her birthday. No, it was an apology gift. AOPLLG gift. V-E Kasumi. V-E Kasumi. I now get copyright strike. Gift. That's why I put Unity on the social media post before giving it to Ayumu. But in a sense, it was a good thing there was uncertainty about who did it, right? There wouldn't have been a case if it wasn't. Oh, hey, Kanata-san. How was playing detective? Well, I want to go back to sleep. It was fun, kind of. But next time, go easier on Kanata-chan, okay? Right. Sorry for putting on the no, cut her pay. Kanata-san, I had to consider all possibilities, you know? Well, maybe Kanata-chan will just spectate next time. Senpai, thanks for a brilliant trial. We're going to put it online soon. I'm sure everyone will love it. Alright, by the way, could you maybe tone down the evil prosecutor shtick next time? Sorry, did I overdo it? I thought it'd be more exciting for the viewers if the prosecutor was more villainous. I had full confidence in winning the trial. Setting up an arrogant antagonist would make the takedown more satisfying for the viewers, you know. Yes, just, wow, you were a completely different person in there. You're right. Next time I'll go find someone who's like that naturally. Then the viewers won't be as confused by the sudden personality change if they happen to know what the prosecutor is like normally. Not what I meant. Bad idea? I'll give it more thought then. To be honest, I'm not satisfied just leaving it off here. I still want to do something to make it up to Ayumi-chan for accidentally feeding her a lace loaf of bread. How about I cook you an all-new batch of bread? Mustard-free, of course. I'm only using things written in English. Well, if you insist, then I'll gratefully accept. Although, I'm honestly not in the mood for bread after all that Maybe something, I won't lie, I have bought the wrong type of vinegar. Different type of rice vinegar because I read it wrong as well. So I'm making fun of Emma for stuff I have done before. Sure, how about a cake instead? It was your birthday after all. Consider it a late birthday cake. What flavor, though? It should be something meaningful, but also something that Ayumu-chan hasn't tasted yet. I will also say, I love, how, like, all the foreigners in Love Live have just perfect Japanese, and everything, and they... no, Mia canonically struggles to read, right? No. Is it Mia? Is it Mia or Kuku? Can't remember. I want to say Mia or Kuku struggle to read. I'm leaning Kuku. Something Ayumu hasn't tasted yet? I think I've got just the thing. The rest of the bread. Hey, how about this? You want us to make a cake flavored like that? On second thought, maybe not. It's alright, think of something else, I'm sure of it. Kasumi will help out too. No, just to make sure you're doing it right. No, we're mistaking mustard for cream, okay? Kasumi doesn't want to have to go through another trial again. Speaking of trials, Emma-san, I'm honestly surprised. I didn't think you were capable of lying as much as you did back in the trial there. Lying? I never lied during my testimonies. I just mistake myself. But you said you put the bread you got from Kasumi-chan into Ayumu's basket when it was a completely different loaf of bread. I didn't say that. I put the loaf I had into the basket. I had no mention of where it was from. What about the basket? You said you didn't touch it, but you put the laced loaf in it, right? I did say that, but it's true though. I didn't actually make contact with the basket when putting it. Oh, she's a slippery one. Then what about the cream? You said you wanted to know it for future reference, but actually use it immediately to sneakily cover up a mistake. Well, I started cooking the bread a few seconds after I asked you about it. A few seconds of future is still the future, isn't it? I didn't know you were so cunning. Listen, Yu-chan, when you got 8 little siblings, you're bound to figure out a trick or two. There they go. 9 kids. Oh, God. And posted, whether or not this gets a good response, we'll celebrate this as a successful trial. Sure, anyway, I could really go for some cake right now. Emma-san, since you're offering. Of course, Kanata-san. Shizuku-chan, would you care to join us for cake after Kasumi-chan and I are done? Sure thing. Kanata-chan will go get Setsuna-chan as well. No idea where she is. Nope, no idea. Then it's a date. Come on, everybody, let's go. No idea where Setsuna is right now. Oh, she's actually... she is actually... Oh, yeah, no, they would have known by this point. I don't know why I was expecting in this storyline for them to not know that Setsuna is Nana Nakagawa. But it makes sense that they know. Look at this cute photo of all of them together. I think that is the end of this episode. But I can't tell if my computer is sure of what it is or not. Oh, that's a bug? Okay. Oh. Okay. Escape? Yeah, I don't think you meant F from like that, but I'm gonna try F. Okay, I think it's saved. Oh, it might have not saved. It might have not saved. Okay. This probably won't kick me out if I just close it out at this point. Control. Oop, no, that's not what I meant to do. I almost ended the stream. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna close out of it, and if I have to do something, it would have just put me back. Okay. I'll check before I play again the next episode that it saved. And if it didn't save, like, the end of thing part, I'll just do that before we go through. Time to change back to this screen. Wow. Yeah, that was fun for playing. Thank you. Thank you for joining, developer-san. I really need to make a schedule. I didn't this week because I've been so, like, wishy-washy with work and I'm exhausted. Next week, I will actually make a schedule. I promise, I promise, I promise. Maybe I'll make something for the end of this. Yeah. I need to surely figure out when I'm going downstate next. So, but I'll figure that out before I make a schedule. I don't think I'm going downstate this weekend or anything like that. But yeah, I'll make a schedule. I don't know. Oh, I didn't. I turned my BGM off because I didn't want it to play with the thingamabobber. Yippee! Okay. Yeah. Thank you for making such a fun game that I accidentally solved by being stupid myself. Um. I will play the rest. My friends sent it to me and they were like, "You should play this on stream." And I was like, "I'm so happy you thought of me and not Nova from the fact that it has Nijigasaki." Um I assume the entirety of the game won't be Nijigasaki focused, but I mean, you play as you, so it's gonna have that focus. And I love I love me my Nijigasaki. I finally paid off my debt to the Nijigasaki Idol Club in the way of I bought too much stuff in Japan, mostly Nijigasaki merch and Nijigasaki experiences and assorted things that I was in debt to my credit card for quite a while. But I'm not anymore. Yippee! So now I have new things to get into debt to. But yes, I will play it sometime next week as well. I'm not sure the day. I feel like I may do Wednesday again because I won't lie, I liked, as much as it's kind of annoying to have to think this much after work, I liked playing this after work, I won't lie. But yeah, I'll figure out something else for the rest of the week. I do want to achieve getting the stuff that we haven't yet on the Fies game. I know that for sure. I need to do stuff with Nova, but I don't know yet. I'll figure that out when I get there. But yes, that will probably be it for today. I need a better chair because I'm kind of slumped over, so my back hurts. But yes, that will be it for today. I'll stream something tomorrow. I don't know. I'll figure that out. I'll post it in the server. But yeah, that is it. Thank you everyone for joining and seeing me suffer and everything. Hello, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, that is it for today. But yeah, that will be it for today. I'm sorry. I have stuff I have to do before going to sleep. Yeah, I'll be live at 5 tomorrow with something. I don't know yet. Something though. But yeah, that's it. I can stop yapping for a minute. Yeah, that will be it. I'm just gonna shut up now. Goodbye.